Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another race weekend. Today, racing at Silverstone, doing things a bit differently. So it's going to be a sprint race today. So we're going to get one shot quali, then 5 laps of sprint race to determine the grid. So on board right now with Boiness only gonna be able to see one, maybe. Oh. So really slow to see who's first. I think Too Late is leading in Sector 1. So yeah, we'll get the full race at the end, and the 5 laps will tell us the starting grid for the actual race. So Too Late is in the lead. Joe Royal battling for P2 at the moment, looking really good for Joe. Too Late leading cops all flat out. Really good. A bit wide at the end of Bickett's. Now onto the Anger Straight. Too Late still in the lead. There's a battle going on. Herbie now ends up in P3 at the moment. So who's gonna cross the line first? I think it's going to be Too Late. Too Late first. Second is Joe Royal, and coming in third place is Herbie. So starting grid for the sprint race will be Tool 8 in P1. Joe Royal comes in second, ending up the first row. Coming on second row will be Herbie in P3, and Face Pantera next to him in fourth position. Boiness on the third row, next to Al Tracker starting in sixth. Lenzi in P7, Michael in P8, and Rijad No Time will start from the back for the sprint race. So I'll try to do the standings real quick. So driver standings after 7 races. El Trucker is in the lead, 130 points. Face Pantera comes in second at 115. SF Rock, 107. Herbie, 88 points. Michael Tibb, 77 points. Then at 76. Lanzi, 74. Tom H, 71. So lights are off, and away we go for the sprint race. A good start for Too Late. Really good one for Herbie as well. Now side by side. And poor start from Joe, who falls to fourth. And spins as well. Don't know if contact was made. I heard a bit, I think. Oh, and there's a McLaren going really, really wide. Oh, and so unfortunate for Joe. Had a tremendous one-shot quali. But yeah, Lenzi at 74 points, Tom H 71, Gomez 71, Too Late at 62, Michael at 45. That's pretty much it for top 10. Constructors, Mercedes is leading at 206 points, Aston at 154 points, Ferrari at 144 points, Red Bull 142 points, AlphaTauri 133 points, Alpine 98, McLaren 74, Williams at 58, Alfa Romeo at 55, and Haas at 37. Let's focus on the actual race. Not a lot of drivers, unfortunately. Only 9 drivers. I mean, that's kind of really poor. Attendance, I mean. Face Pantera trying to close a gap between him and El Trucker, who's actually leading driver standings. And there's a yellow in Sector 1, and that's Rijad, who spun and now is in the grass. And now FaZe is putting the pressure on Herbie. And FaZe Pantera is managing his ERS really, really well. So he has the pace, clearly. And DRS is enabled. So we're gonna get a DRS on the Wellington Straight. And now Herbie's pushing, trying to pull away from FaZe Pantera and maybe gain a bit on Too Late. Because he won't be able to defend. And Joe Royal picks up a 2-second time penalty. And Herbie closing the gap on Too Late. And so is Joe on Lanzi. Is he going to go for the move? At Stowe on the outside. Oh, a bit of a snap on the curb. So now Joe moves in front of Lanzi, but he has a penalty. 2-second time penalty. A really good exit out of Village. And now chasing down Tool. On the outside at Brooklyn's. But has to go behind. And now that will allow FaZe Pantera to close the gap. Down to 7th gear. And FaZe is in the gearbox of Herbie. And poor exit out of Chapel from Herbie. Now FaZe is right behind him. Really nice view of the fight going on. Look how close they are. And late braking by FaZe almost hits the back of Herbie. And now looking to get a good exit out of Village. But will it be enough? I don't think it will, because Herbie can defend with the DRS. And right in the gearbox, asks to go wide at Cops. And now FaZe picks up a 2-second time penalty. Can Herbie go for a move here? No, he can't. Too late, as no ERS left. Is he gonna go for a move on the outside? But Too Late remains in pole position, but that will allow FaZe to go for the inside. But FaZe has a penalty, so he will drop down to 4th position. So Too Late is in front. Herbie comes in 2nd place. A Trucker jumps to 3rd. FaZe in 4th position. Michael jumping from 8th position to 5th. Joe falls down to 6th. Well, El Trucker gets driver of the day for the sprint race. So Too Late will start in P1 for the race. Herbie comes in 2nd. El Trucker in 3rd. FaZe Pantera 4th position. Michael Tibb P5 and Joe Royal P6. Lenzi P7. Bowiness P8 and Rijad in P9. So really good sprint race. I mean, a lot of action. Fortunate for FaZe who got a penalty. So just gonna wait on the lobby to end, and that will allow a Trucker to get the custom grid. Don't know why Too Late left. Oh. All right, so we're down to 8 drivers. What kind of weather are we gonna get? So, clear sky. It should be more easy to host sprint race next season because we're gonna be on the new game and they will allow us to do so and not have to go to create another custom grid. So we'll make our life easier, I guess. So formation lap. No formation lap? And we're racing, so Herbie's in P1. FaZe pushing him. El Trucker runs a bit wide. Who's gonna break first? And FaZe and El Trucker side by side. Elbows out. And FaZe in the gearbox of El Trucker. Michael Tip runs a bit wide at Brooklyn's. And there's Bowie Ness in the grass. Will be able to join. Hope he doesn't have damage. But he's gonna have a lot of work to do while Michael goes wide at Cops. Bowie Ness seems to be struggling. And Lenzi and Rijad are having a fight. Now Lenzi right behind Joe. Side by side. And Lenzi moves ahead. Really good move. So Herbie, El Trucker, and FaZe started on the mediums. Michael on soft, Lancy on soft, Joe on mediums, Rijad on soft, and Bowie Ness on mediums, but goes in the pit and gets a 5-second. And I think he's gonna... Yeah, he retires in the pit lane. So that's it for him. So down to 7 drivers only. 24 laps to go. And Shocker putting a pressure on Herbie. No DRS yet. So he has the pace to take P1, I guess. So DRS is enabled. Will we see El Shocker go for the move right here, right now? A bit too far behind. FaZe gets a good exit though. Not using ERS. Trying to manage it. And Joe will lose DRS to Lenzi. So Rijad should be able to make a move. Can El Trucker go for the move now? Using ERS to get closer. But I don't think it will be enough. Is he gonna go for a late braking move in stone? No, he can't. Too far behind, so he's gonna have to wait another lap maybe. Unless he gets a good exit out of village. FaZe putting the pressure. So Rijad moves ahead of Joe. And now FaZe and El Trucker are side by side. El Trucker using his ERS. But FaZe gets the inside line. Michael trying to join the party. And so is Lenzi right behind. Now a trucker goes wide at cops. And not a best of exit for FaZe, but Herbie has a really poor exit. El Trucker on the inside line. And now FaZe battling with El Trucker. El Trucker in front now. So Herbie drops to third place. And now Trucker will have to defend. Against his main rival on the drivers' standing, on the drivers' championship. And now FaZe side by side. And gets the job done. So got Richie cheering up for El Trucker. %90 ERS for FaZe, so really good managing. And now Trucker with DRS. Should be an easy move. Is Herbie gonna go for it as well? No, he can't. A bit of contact, and Herbie lost his left end plate on his front wing, and he's gonna have to go for another lap with a broken wing. And Rijad moves ahead of Herbie. So really unfortunate for Herbie. FaZe just waiting on the right moment to get the move done on El Trucker. Michael Tibb now ends up in third position. FaZe waiting. And Trucker has to defend with ERS. Herbie goes in the pit. Is he gonna go for hards and rally up to the end? Herbie goes aggressive and goes for soft compound. Oh, and FaZe makes a small mistake. Michael has a look on the inside. And Lindsay putting the pressure. And now FaZe should be close enough now. Not using ERS. Has a look at the outside line. Late braking. Still side by side. A trucker takes the racing line. But FaZe remain on the inside. A trucker has to go wide. Hope he didn't get a warning out of that. And now trucker still leading. FaZe has a look side by side with El Trucker. So really good battle going on at this moment in the race. Rijad, only one with the 3-second time penalty. Now Trucker is really good in Marcus Bickets and Chapel. And takes back the lead. Oh, and Herbie lost it at Cops. Hope he has no damage. Look at this DRS train. Michael has a quick look. And Richard now is in the grass. Elbows are out. FaZe Pantera goes for the outside line. Once again. El Trucker still there. Defending. It's still side by side. Michael has a look once again. Now FaZe goes for a good move at left field. Takes P1, but El Trucker right in his gearbox. And we all know he's good in the middle sector. But so is Michael. So El Trucker takes back the lead. FaZe and the Trucker are just switching up places. A bit of contact. So the two McLarens are maybe trying to work together to get back. Well, at least try to catch up to the rest of the grid, but I think they're gonna be too far. Unless something happens. And Michael is doing a really good job on those 10 laps old softs. So the one stop is clearly a good choice here. FaZe using ERS. Rijad with a 3-second time penalty. And FaZe chooses the outside line once again. But I think maybe not. Late braking by both. And a really good exit by FaZe, who moves ahead of El Trucker once again. Those two are just switching places. The trucker has a quick look, but decides it's not worth it. A trucker using his battery to get closer, maybe get an attack right here on the Anger Straight. Yes, he will. Michael starting to fall back just a tiny bit. Is it going to be the time for Soft to go in the pit? No. Still doing one more lap. 12 laps old, softs. So Michael looks to be really good at managing his tire. Don't know what his tire wear is looking at the moment, but clearly trying to get good fresh mediums, because he's gonna have to race against some soft runners at the end. So Michael is the only one on soft in the top 4 right now in the DRS train. El Trucker farming his DRS. One more lap. Once again for Michael. Joe jumps in the pits. So he's trying the undercut. Clearly he's gonna go for new softs. He knows they can last to the end. Looking at Michael, who's doing really good. Trucker using his DRS to get closer to FaZe. And Joe on softs now. Ends up behind the two McLarens. And Joe gets the job done on Rejad. Pretty easy. The trucker lifting. And now trucker goes in the pit, and so is Michael. And FaZe keeps going. Where is Lindsay Joe gonna come up? Compared to Michael and the trucker, will the undercut be working? A really long pit lane, and they come up to the end of it, and it's going to be close, and I think the undercut will work, and yes it does. Joe ends up in front of El Trucker and Michael. Michael now on the mediums, and El Trucker on softs. And Michael is 2 seconds behind El Trucker, so he's gonna have to play catch up. So really good strategy by Joe to go for the undercut. And Lindsay also ends up with a 3-second gap between him and Joe. And now FaZe is in the pits, so we'll keep an eye on him. So Lindsay's currently leading this race with a big undercut on everyone. FaZe at the end of the pit lane. Where is he gonna come? Compared to Joe, and FaZe ends up in front of Joe Royal and El Trucker. So the undercut didn't work on him, and he's gonna get fresh softs. Yeah, really smart move by Lindsay, but I think that FaZe Pantera will catch up really quickly. He has 100% ERS. And Lindsay is at half of it. Yes, indeed. Really good overcut. So look at FaZe already in the DRS range of Lenzi. And Joe and El Trucker are having a fight. And El Trucker moves in front. So FaZe won't be able to escape. And battle will keep going. Yeah, it's quite impressive, man. I mean, he's quick. He's so quick on a pad. And now FaZe is in DRS range of Lenzi. And look how much he's gaining. %97% ERS for FaZe. Trucker is at 55 and Lenzi at 41. Ooh, FaZe goes a bit wide at the exit of cops. Lenzi's feeding the pressure now. And FaZe is having a go. Will El Trucker be able to go with him? I don't think he will. Late braking by Lenzi. And El Trucker is behind Lenzi, but he's gonna have to work really hard to get in front of Lenzi and not allow FaZe to pull away from the magic second. A Trucker pushing really hard, goes for a late braking. Ooh, Lenzi ends up going wide. Maybe too late on the brake. And now FaZe is 1.2 seconds ahead, but El Trucker has DRS, and now it's a fight between Joe Royal and Lenzi for P3. And Lenzi used a lot of his battery to with the fight. Ooh, and Joe Royal made a mistake and went in the grass. Is he going to be able to get DRS? Yes, he will. Now, El Trucker is down to 30% ERS, while FaZe is trying to pull away with 1.5 seconds ahead. Lenzi right behind El Trucker. And FaZe gets the fastest lap so far with the 1:28 flat. So Lenzi falling off a bit. Joe pushing to keep it in that 1 second gap. And Joe now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, the only way El Trucker can go in front now will be with the penalties, I think, or if he does a mistake. And Michael is in a world of his own right now. He did really good on those soft to keep up with the rest, but now he's suffering compared to those soft runners. Now the gap between FaZe and El Trucker is up to 2 seconds. Trucker pushing really hard. I think El Trucker went a bit wide. Lindsay keeping in touch with El Trucker. El Trucker down to 13% ERS now. Lindsay is the same. So both lights are flashing. And Joe as well. Oh, did Michael spin? What happened? Five laps to go. In this race. Lindsay looking good. And now moves in front of El Trucker. Really good move by Lindsay, but can he pull away? And FaZe goes with another fastest lap now. El Trucker has a look at the outside. And now Joe joins the battle. And Herbie will go in the pit to get that fastest lap. Now Trucker takes his position back. Goes a bit wide. That will allow Lindsay to go for the racing line. And Lindsay moves in front of El Trucker. But El Trucker, are they gonna go side by side at Cops? No. El Trucker stays behind. He knows he's gonna get DRS. Lindsay defending, but won't be enough, I think. El Trucker side by side now with him. Takes the racing line. Really, really good battle going on. While FaZe is just cruising ahead of everyone. Now, up to 5 seconds ahead. Oh, and Joe has a go at Lindsay. Oh, and contact was made between Joe and Lindsay. Oh, no. And Lindsay ends up in 4th position. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean that was really late braking by Joe. And he ran wide. Oh, and Rejad DNFs. So right now, El Shocker is going to get that P2 because Joe has a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Pretty low attendance today. Michael going for the fastest lap now. Now, Herbie with the 27.4, so he takes the fastest lap, but Michael also went for new soft, so he's gonna have a go at it as well. And yeah, I feel bad for Lindsay too. I mean, he was driving really, really good and did a crazy overcut. Well, crazy undercut. I mean, he was with Rejad at some point, with his teammate. So he was really far behind. And still ended up with El Trucker, FaZe, and Joe. And now, penultimate lap. Joe still behind El Trucker, and I don't think it will be enough for him. Also as a penalty, so unless El Trucker makes a mistake, that won't change anything if he goes ahead on track. But who knows what can happen. So Lindsay trying to get in that 3-second gap. Let's go through penalties real quick. Yeah, he only has 3 seconds, so. But it's going to be really, really tough. Because Joe is in the DRS of El Trucker, so. Really hard to catch. Somebody. And Herbie spins at cops. Can Michael get that fastest lap now? Not this time. And Herbie having trouble. Ooh, and the trucker picks up a 3-second time penalty now. But I think Joe is too far behind. Joe is pushing. And it will be too late for Joe. And FaZe cruising for a win here at Silverstone. Coming in second should be El Trucker. And third, finishing that podium, will be Joe Royal. And Lindsay coming in fourth place after a tough battle between El Trucker and Joe. Unfortunate result for him. Now Michael will be coming up in fifth position. Can he get that fastest lap right here, right now? Herbie has it at the moment. And I don't think he did. So driver of the day is Joe. And now FaZe closing the gap between him and El Trucker. So FaZe wins this race. Coming up in second place is El Trucker. Joe rounding up the podium in third place. Lindsay, fourth position. Michael, P5. Herbie, P6 with the fastest lap. Rijad in P7. And Bowiness in P8. So, hope you guys enjoyed this race, even though we didn't have that many drivers. But we'll see you next weekend in Brazil. Bye, everyone.